This isn't your typical leather scent. Think Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. How beautiful that scent is. But think about making it much richer, much more refined. And you'll find yourself with Widian London. Hi guys, welcome back to another segment of Fragrance Friday that will be airing on a Saturday. Pardon us for that. But now, on this segment is where we like to smell scents and experience them for what they really are. We're looking into the Sapphire Collection from Widian. This Sapphire Collection came out in 2018, the opening of 2018, and they came out with a banger. This was the first scent that came out from that collection. It's called Widian London. The inspiration is drawn from different cities, but specifically this one is Widian London, where they took an approach on a leather scent, made it a bit powdery, made it a bit more approachable, more wearable, more hit the edges around it and made it more rounded, is what you get here. Widian London, amazing scent profile. This is something you can't go wrong with. Now, let's talk about the note breakdown. The opening of this thing, it's an oud-based scent, but don't let that oud off-put you and think it's not like a dark animalic oud. It's a more airy oud, then touches of some violet, then some cypress in there. That's in the top note. So you can clearly tell it has some darkness to it with an airy chord to it. Now, there are two prominent notes in this scent. It's the oud, leather, and the raspberry. The raspberry comes through in the mid. And the mid is where you get that raspberry, some lily of the valley, that's a floral accord as if, and then with it has a powdery accord to it. Now, like I always tell you, before you purchase a scent, test it. Test it on your skin, on a blot or something. There you go. There you go. There you go. I didn't tell you how I got this thing. My friend here, Charlie here, got this thing like a couple of weeks ago and kept telling me, bro, you need to try this thing out. And it was like, I no fuss about it because I had Tuscan Leather, so I'm thinking I don't really need something with that kind of interpretation. And then when he put it up on our group, this group right here, yes, the Fragrance Connoisseurs, there was a debate around it. There was this debate that, now if you want something better, there's something from Nichane. I'm forgetting the name, this thing right here. There's something from Nichane that smells that good. Now, it got me intrigued. I was intrigued and I was like, Charlie, you know what? Send it over. Let me try this thing out for a week. So I've been sitting with this thing for about a week now. And I can tell you that this scent profile is amazing. No doubt, Tuscan Leather is great. The Nichane that I smelled, I'm forgetting its name, but it's somewhere up here, is amazing. But there are two different approaches to it. I find this much more wearable. I find this much more airy. With Tuscan Leather, it feels very occasional. Personally, that's personally to me. I find it very occasional. I find like I can't get a lot of wear out of it. It has to be very like a wedding, as if a special occasion for me to pull that off. You can wear it casually. This, you can dress up, you can dress down, but still, even when you're dressed down, it has to be like a formal kind of smartness. If you know what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, that's the approach you're going with this thing. It's very, the animalic notes, the earthy tones that the other two have are shaped, they're like well-rounded, and yet it's much more refined, I would say. Breathable. And that takes us into the dry down. When you go into the dry down, like we're looking at the note profile now, at the base notes is where the leather, vanilla, and amber come in, giving it a touch of sweetness, but not the kind of gourmand kind of sweetness. Here in here, it's more, it's a taste to tame down the leather and oud notes that are really prominent. In here, the amber and the vanilla really tone it down and make it more wearable and make it more enjoyable for that. Occasions and seasons where you could wear this. Like I say, this could be your daily scent. However, this thing's not something you'd pull off in the heat. This is for the much cooler weather, formal event. I could see somebody wearing this at the wedding comfortably. This is like a very, very, I'm not trying to say the word, but to me it's like an elegant scent to me. It has a profile of class. It has a richness to it. It has this composition to it. And when you're looking at the price composition, the prices between its counterparts, you're looking at this Tuscan Leather and this thing from Nichane that I keep forgetting the name. This sits in that mark where it's in between them. Tuscan Leather costs quite a penny. These two, you can't slap on it. It costs about, you're looking at nothing more than 900K for this thing. But it packs a punch. It really does pack a punch. Compliment factor on this thing. Yes, it surely does. It turns heads. It's one of those things that really, it doesn't scream in a room. When you walk into the place, it doesn't have this kind of sillage that, or presence that it fills up the whole room. It just sits so close to you, like a diameter radius around you, where you can have a projection on your skin for about, comfortably on my skin, like around 8 hours on my skin, on a cloth. I'd catch it on the next day. It's that powerful. Even its counterparts do the same thing. You can go 24 hours with this thing on. But with this, I find it very well tempered. It gets that, it takes that DNA that we all love from Tuscan Leather and makes it more wearable, more like an everyday scent you can wear every day. Yeah, so if you guys are really into this kind of scent profile, please let me know. Widian has a lot of hype around it. Specifically this one, this came out fast out the gate. London, it's amazing, it's really good. All right, looking at the perfumer, Jordi Fernandez, a master perfumer. The very few of these that I've smelled and I've not liked. You're looking at Ex Nihilo. Think about it, he's done work for pretty much most of the brands. He's done works with Explorer, Maison Cavalli, Ex Nihilo. Amazing scent, amazing perfumer he is. So I had to dig in a bit deeper. I was like, what inspired this kind of creation? Because it's very rare for a perfume house to come up with a line and straight out the gate, it's a big hit. Now, the selection of notes, the curation of how he harmonized each of the notes, like some perfumers just get a bunch of notes and merge and make things. But when somebody picks individual notes with purpose, you pick a lily of the valley and you mix it with the rosemary to give it an airy sweetness to it. Like, I know that sounds, it sounds off-putting, like you're not quite getting it. You want the way experience, but the end result is something that smells well balanced. Like the oud, the leather, isn't very much in your face. It's well balanced. Like there's a balance between the sweetness, the leather notes, the oud notes. It's amazing, guys. If you found this informative, like, subscribe. Amazing perfume this is. Now, before we close this segment, I need to put you onto something that has really caught my attention. And no one, and I say no one, is talking about this thing. My guy up here, the fragrance consultant, shared this thing with me and says, I test it and send it back. But I've been holding on to it for like 2 weeks now. But why I've been holding this thing back is it's amazing. I can't wait. I feel like this is the next big thing coming out. The house is called Reservation. They draw inspiration from hotels. Like, if you look at their perfumes, they're based around luxury in hotels, especially like in California, when you're looking at Suite 909. This is my favorite scent in this whole collection. Late night, amazing. Oh, by the way, all these scents are amazing scents, and I have to get full bottle presentations for that, but sadly nobody talks about it. I recently lost a few bottles of perfume, and I needed to replace my Bois Imperial and a few others. And right about that time when I was about to order my Bois Imperial, I smelt 909 from Reservations. And I held myself back, like, I haven't smelt anything in that kind of DNA that is this good. 909. I've looked around to see, I've only seen a lady on TikTok who talked about it briefly, and equally, like I was blown away. Then the perfume guy on YouTube called this thing basic, and I really trust his judgment. He has a very trusted nose. But maybe at times the simplicity is where the magic is. To me, I just have to get it. Suite 909 is a masterpiece. All right, guys, if you found that informative, like, subscribe. Till our next show, I remain yours truly, Kwamba Joshua. with this segment, Fragrance Friday, but airing on a Saturday. Till next time, I'm out.